Hey, what's up? You guys are getting notifications this time. I think. Oh, there it is. They're just getting there, kind of on their way. I think that's it right there. I'm gonna try to get the other feeds if possible, the backup feeds. I think it's a work truck. I don't know what's going on. What's all that sparks? Is that sparks? Fire? Maybe. Let me see if the other one's got it. I don't know what that is. Uh, we got audio coming in now. Whoa, whoa, oh! Did I call it? Nostradamus. Nostramellis. What the hell is that? Is that a UFO? It's a demon. Yo, can we get a clear HD view? What is going on? Don't even look real. Oh, they have it.
Yeah. That's everything, but look at how blurry it gets.
Man. There we go. We got a better lens or whatever they did. Zoom it in now. Or that's as much as they can zoom. Is that what happens when they zoom? Like it gets blurry? I want to know what that is. Oh, look at him. Is something dragging on the floor or is that just lights? Oh, I'm thinking that's just lights? I thought like something was burning up and shit. Is that lights or is that something flaring? The full moon.
Copy that, Tim. Yeah, I know what you mean. I was trying to find it to see if this one had that.
Yo, that looks so trippy. Is it just the camera thing? We got another Jace, boys. Oh no.
Let me see. Turn this on for a sec.
NBC. We need another Jace tonight. Nobody's going to sleep. Sparks from the rim? That's some crazy ass sparks. That's not sparks. Can't be going that much like that. Two chases. I don't know why they're so far away. I'm trying to wait and see if we can get another feed. Right. Can I get her? Okay.
Yeah. Tusk, he's getting on the freeway now.
All right. We're picking up now, going on freeway. NBC. They kind of got like a
No, it's
weird.
still acting up.
They got like a weird camera issue going on. That's what it looks like. I want to see a high def version of this. Oh.
Oh, man.
Come on, get it together. This is NBC. Trying to find the other stuff. NBC.
Go ahead, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Damn, this is horrible. What camera is that? Can you guys help me out with the likes, please? I appreciate that.
Say that again, Jack. Sorry. I know she was talking at the same time. Go ahead.
Hey.
I did that multiple times. Yes, everything. Yeah, it appears to be, yeah, it's like a mechanical
Is he
issue
stuck?
with the gears for the zoom.
No, come on. Ay, mi
I think
madre.
so. Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, Tim. I gotcha.
Come on. Damn, they got another chopper on it. We need the chopper that's right on top of that shit. There's gangsters.
Opposite side of the freeway here.
Oh, no way.
Wrong side of the road on the freeway.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Don't do that to me. Don't cut the
Wow.
internet. Don't cut the internet. Don't play with me. Damn, on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, he's getting off now. Good. Yeah, because they weren't going to chase him wrong side.
This Fox 11 still used showing the old Pursuit. Damn, he's just going through the neighborhood. Hmm. Damn, right through the parking lot, too. Wow.
Ooh.
Oh.
Gonna crash into the J.C. Penney.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's packed over there, too. There's more cars than I see in the traffic you guys get over. You guys better never got no traffic. I wish this camera was working properly. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's so... What's he doing?
Oh, no.
No, you can't go there. Tripping. Yeah, he's running into like starting to run into traffic. It's gonna be tough. He's gonna plow through. He plowed through. Oh. Ugh, the camera's so horrible.
Going into Costco.
Yeah, where's he at? Come on, come on. They tripping. Whoever this is today is tripping on this thing over here. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely like sparks or something. I'm wondering if it's like he's just dragging something along the ground though. I don't think that's rims. Like, he wouldn't be driving this much still. I think it's like it's a work truck or something. So he must be something's down and is like dragging across the floor. I think, or hanging off of the truck. I don't know. Go, Sparky, go.
It doesn't move I'm pushing it, but it won't do anything. Yeah, I think those two buttons might be connected in some way, and if it's not working, yeah, that's why this one's not either.
You guys could help me out with the likes, please. I'd appreciate it. Maybe his gear. Debbie. Brandy, what's up?
10 freeway through Claremont.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. We haven't talked in a while. Hope you're doing good. Is that a drone? What is that? Or is that alien? Oh, that's a drone. Oh, that's a helicopter.
Thank you to everyone who is joining us on MVC.
The camera's that bad, huh?
Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV. We're following a pursuit on the westbound side of the 10 freeway in Claremont. You see the sparks coming from the vehicle, and it's a little bit difficult for us to see because I'm having a little bit of a issue with my zoom, but I'll show you the wide shot here the best that we can. Again, continuing west here through Claremont along the 10 freeway. This is a situation that started in Fontana.
We're back.
Fontana police. It was a possible stolen vehicle was what we heard. And then during the course of the pursuit,
you got one?
The people in that vehicle carjacked this other truck. Now, at this point, there's just one person in the truck. The other person was already taken into custody. But it's been a pretty crazy chase.
Oh, this is good. This is good. I like this.
Say that again, Tim.
Wrong side of the freeway. They were going westbound in the eastbound lanes. Been on the wrong side of some streets. I think that this trailer right here. Oh no! Oh, that innocent person right there.
No!
Just slammed right.
Oh,
into
fuck
them.
my life!
And
you
now
missed.
The trailer is sparking and beginning to fishtail.
What the fuck?
I really hope those people are going to be okay. It didn't look like the impact was too serious, but you can only imagine what that person must have been feeling. Wrong side of the street. I just cannot believe what I'm seeing right now, Jeff and Susie.
Well, at least has
he hit somebody.
Lights
he
on
kind of like he hit a vehicle.
That trailer, by the way, is one of those Rogue Construction Aero trailers, one of those light-duty trailers, and this is really just ground down to
oh, look at that! That's what's hanging off that
shit. The right wheel there is causing all those sparks as this continues.
That's
to this
thumbnail
pursuit
right there.
Now going on I-10 eastbound, and this all began with a person wanted by police for stealing a vehicle. There was a pursuit. He got out of the vehicle and then got in and carjacked this construction truck.
Gosh, all kinds of lights on right now on this truck flashing. This person, certainly if they're trying to evade police or the CHP,
no, he's been pulling this
shit. Not going to do a very good job of it, certainly just from the optics here. They've got lots of lights on, including the sparks flying out of the back there on the trailer that's barely hanging on to this construction truck. If you're just joining us here on KCAL 9 News at 8, this is breaking news. This is what happened. A stolen car in Ontario last night was reported. Police got behind that person or the person who stole that car behind him at a stop today, ran the plates and discovered that, in fact, that car was stolen. There was a short pursuit, as Desmond was talking about. They crashed that car. Then the suspect carjacked this construction truck, as you're watching here, and took off with the truck pulling a trailer. They were on the wrong side of the road many times throughout this pursuit, on the wrong side of the 10 freeway going eastbound and also on different surface streets as well. But as you can see here, the CHP behind this person, I believe is the CHP with many units on the ground there and keeping their distance, certainly because those sparks are still flying.
Let's go to Desmond Shaw overhead in Sky 9. Des, he's definitely slowed down since the impact with that vehicle. We don't have any word on any injuries, but he certainly did sideswipe that car.
Yeah, he sure did. Unfortunately, I think that those people were probably going to be okay. They were about to get off the freeway, and then that trailer kind of slammed into them, but it looked like it didn't do too much damage, and I believe that vehicle was able to stop. I imagine those people are incredibly shaken up after getting blindsided by a sparking trailer off of the back of a truck there. And so you saw the authorities here. I'm noticing, you notice the doors there are both the front and the rear doors are white, so that's telling you that these are police. So I believe that's going to be Ontario as well as Fontana police that are running this traffic break right now. Haven't heard anything in the way of CHP. It's been those two agencies, and there's also been two helicopters overhead. You have San Bernardino
what
County
is this?
Sheriff's, and I believe Ontario's helicopter as well. And indeed, we can now confirm CHP says they are not getting involved in this. So really, really crazy. You at least have all of the units trying to hold back traffic so that they don't interact with this lunatic. But
as you can't say that.
Back in the eastbound lanes, have slowed down quite a bit. Wonder if one of the tires is starting to give out or something. I don't see any damage here on the passenger side tires.
No, it looks like the right rear tire is blown, Des. The right rear dually tire of that truck appears to be on the rim.
Over. It's over.
So that's going to slow them down quite a bit. We're going to wrap it up here real quickly. I'm Jeff Vaughn. Susie is next to me. We're going to toss it over to KCAL 9 News at 9 o'clock. Pat Harvey and Juan Fernandez are standing by with a call on this latest pursuit of a stolen construction truck carjacked earlier tonight as that pursuit continues live here on KCAL.
All right, thanks so much, Jeff and Susie. And we are over this breaking news. As you can see, Sky 9 is over this pursuit of a stolen construction truck with flames coming out the back, Juan.
That's right, Pat. Looks like it's slowing down just a little bit. Let's go up to Desmond Shaw live in Sky 9 to bring us up to date. Des.
Totally insane, Juan. We're eastbound on the 10 at Indian Hill, so coming into Claremont. This all began yesterday when a vehicle was stolen, and Ontario PD was alerted to that. So that happened in Ontario. One of their cruisers came up behind with the license plate reader and found that vehicle, saw it was stolen, tried to pull them over. The driver took off. There was a pursuit with that vehicle, and then the driver got out of that vehicle and carjacked this construction truck. So here we are now, the second vehicle involved, and it's just been total insanity ever since with this trailer. One of the tires has fallen off. All these sparks coming out. It looks like it may have lost the right rear tire as well. There's been several collisions. We witnessed one of them hitting an innocent motorist on the westbound side of the 10 just maybe 5 minutes ago. I think those people are going to be okay. And it's Fontana PD and Ontario PD and 2 helicopters overhead. They really want this person, and also complicating things, they have very strong reason to believe that this suspect is armed and dangerous. So that is another wrinkle to this whole fiasco here, eastbound on the 10 as we come into Claremont.
I want to say probably better news is that this truck seems to be becoming disabled, if it's not already, slowing down so much from those crazy high speeds that we saw earlier. Sparks still flying, though, from this. It looks like a sign of some kind that you would find on the freeway. Just throwing off these sparks. And when we show you more of this pursuit that Desmond was over, we saw a number of cars on the freeway, a number of big trucks, where they were trying to get out of the way of these sparks flying at them, because at one point they were so much.
This is a car. It's a car.
It almost looked like a rocket ship, to quote one of our colleagues. That's what it looked like on the freeway. So hopefully, as this vehicle slows down, maybe the situation will be somewhat diffused, but you never know, especially if the person is armed and dangerous. It could get into some kind of standoff.
Maybe he'll take another vehicle.
This truck basically start to slow down. This looks like one of those trucks you would see in the evening hours when they're doing lane closures for construction work along the freeway. Also, if they're hauling a wide load, usually they go on either side of the wide load just to let people know what's going on here. But if you're not experienced driving this type of truck, Pat, right, it's going to be difficult to do when you're pulling a trailer, any type of trailer, even a van that you're just not familiar with. This is super duper difficult. You can see sparks are still flying, and I'm curious whether or not this is damage from the collision we saw earlier, or did they use spike strips? Do we know that, Des?
Yeah, those tires smoking too.
Juan, I believe that the trailer, this driver earlier was driving super crazy on surface streets. I think was taking some turns really hard. And
it's the
these trailers, these freeway signs are not meant for that. I mean, frankly, the tires, I've seen them on these little freeway signs. They're pretty weak. So they gave out. One of those tires gave out very quickly. This is one of those trucks that you would see. This is probably like a Caltrans contractor truck. You see the freeway sign being drug in the back, all the cones in the back, things that you would see for freeway construction, as well as those flashing lights on the back. So it seems like we're always saying it. I've never seen a pursuit like this. We've seen big rigs and all different manners of vehicles, but now we have a construction truck.
I like that title
better. Those are
better.
not uncommon, but I don't believe I've ever covered a construction truck with all the flashing lights and a big freeway sign sparking off the back.
No, we've had
like this.
RVs and Army tanks. If you go further down, I believe the 405 down to San Diego.
That's right, years and years ago, right?
Years and years ago. But this is something very, very different. And you have to wonder, I believe you mentioned, Des, that CHP said they would not get involved in this. Okay, what is he doing now?
Yes, that is. That's our understanding. It's going to be Ontario Police and Fontana involved. So now,
ride or die.
Getting onto some surface streets, this could be more dangerous. There may be some units, hopefully, ahead holding some intersections so that innocent people don't get involved. But at least the speeds have come way, way down. And indeed, it looks like we may be seeing some smoke now coming out from where that right rear tire was. You've got rim on concrete right there. And at some point, that's probably going to fall off and probably going to lose that right rear wheel completely here.
All right, we're just watching this pursuit. What time did this start, Des? You've been over it for what, maybe 15 minutes? I know it started sometime in...
15.
Go ahead, sir.
It took us some time to get out here, Pat. Yeah, this has been going on for more than a half hour, I would say. And we just heard as well that the police know who this person is now barreling. Okay, so a construction truck coming through a construction zone and just barreling through all those cones. What's going on here? So now going into an area where maybe Caltrans or street crews were setting something up. So we'll see where this leads them as we're on Carrillo Avenue. But yeah, this has been going on for a while. Again, out of Ontario, came into Pomona, now kind of headed back east again. And going, you see, it looks like construction, maybe just in that parking area. We'll see where this goes. It looks like it's just a parallel street to the freeway, but
you know
barely getting along now, very low speeds.
Des and Juan, is this another opportunity possibly for a spike strip, even though this person could be armed and dangerous? I mean, as slow as they're driving now, could they possibly get out ahead of this vehicle, this truck, and try to...
Those front tires still look like they're in good shape.
But he's really, look, he's down to...
Look at that.
Is this all-wheel drive?
On the hitch there.
Oh yeah, that's going to disintegrate if it hasn't already. Look at that, Devin. That's like on the, like he said, concrete to whatever that is.
It's metal, right?
Concrete to metal, concrete to concrete.
Yeah. You see all the smoke coming out there. I don't think they would have any problem getting in front of this vehicle, but knowing that the suspect is armed and dangerous, and especially acting the way that this person has, they're probably going to be reluctant to get in front of this vehicle. We've seen it before. It's kind of hard to say. You know, different agencies have different protocols. We're dealing with some Inland Empire agencies here. Again, Ontario Police as well as Fontana Police. Both of them are the basically the kind of co-lead agencies.
Help me out with the likes, guys.
In this, and
let's see.
So we'll just have to see now. Yeah, but you see wrong side of the road, and at least, with those orange lights, these innocent folks will certainly see him coming.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now he's going to get on, as you say, wrong side of the road, making an illegal turn, which is, from what we've seen this evening, and here you described, Desmond, that's not all that unusual because he's been driving very recklessly throughout the evening. Look at him with his hands on the wheel there. He just looks
he's doing
rather,
one hand.
Not agitated.
He's chilling.
Just almost like he's just out for a drive.
And you can see the side of the truck there. You can see the ramp closed signs in the back and what looks like just cones or just a way to deviate traffic. So, yeah, a construction truck pursuit going on right now, Desmond. And what's so surprising to me is the person in this car here, this case goes back to yesterday. So can you refresh, our audience with what that all means? Because apparently this has been going on for a while.
Yeah, it was a vehicle that was stolen last night in Ontario, and Ontario police were able to identify it today. I'm not sure what that vehicle was, but then when they tried to pull this person over, they refused to pull over, got into a short pursuit before getting out and carjacking this construction truck. So it sounds like there was someone in that vehicle, and they, pulled him out and took the construction truck. Probably just an innocent worker was probably out on a dinner break or something like that, and perhaps that's why they believe this person is armed and dangerous if there was a weapon used in conjunction with that. But now it looks like we're headed back to the freeway. Very strange, just on and off the freeway, getting back on, just dragging this out and dragging this trailer as far as it'll go.
And that's very, again, we're looking at these low speeds now, which I'm going to say it's a good thing, because imagine flying like that with those sparks, and that the tire is gone as well. That back tire, it's smoke coming from that tire.
Look at that.
Or what was the tire, as well as that sign that this person is carrying behind him. You know,
the flashing sign,
we can never talk, we can never really figure out what goes on in a person's mind at this point, because as Desmond is talking about this happening over 2 days, I mean, you would think that he would know the police. They know who he is.
They're looking for him, right?
Right, and to do what he's doing now, there's no rhyme or reason. This is another, though, LA story, if you will.
And look at that, Pat. That hitch is just being dragged. It's not going anywhere. It's not even bouncing. It's just full on being dragged there on the freeway. I mean,
can you imagine the noise?
The noise.
Oh, yeah.
The faster he goes, the harder it would be to keep control of this truck, which is most likely the case, right, Desmond? Why he's going slow, and it looks like we're still in Ontario, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was. We know that the driving was crazy earlier, and that's definitely what damaged this trailer, and then that's also making it more difficult for this truck to drive. And something happened, you know, during this pursuit that caused them to lose the tire too. If they went over a curb really tough, or we didn't hear about any spike strips being used on these tires previously, but we understand that this truck was just flying along like a torpedo on some of these surface streets before they lost these speeds. So now we're coming into the construction zone here, and you see how some of the lanes are coned off, and we're going to see what happens here as this truck gets into this construction zone. So it's just such an incredibly bizarre pursuit, and we showed you the driver. They're just out there, one hand on the wheel, just looking straight ahead,
for like another
nothing
hour
to
or
see
two.
here. I'm just
like this.
out for a cruise, almost like in complete denial of the reality of what's going on right now.
Desmond, has this stayed in the Ontario area? I guess I'm asking for a reason. That could be that they have nowhere else to go, and they know that, so they're just riding along as long as they can.
Okay.
And driving a disabled truck, too.
Yeah, so it's been in Ontario, right? You haven't seen this truck try to move on from Ontario, go to another district or anything like that. They just seem to stay in the same area. I remember you talked about them getting on surface streets and then trying to get back onto the freeway, but this has basically been in Ontario, around the same area.
Pat and Juan, I'm talking with my pilot Dylan right now, and we're hearing some of the communications from the helicopters overhead, and I don't want to say too much. I was just seeing if we could get the San Bernardino helicopter in the shot here. Not quite at this point, but there's chatter about them doing something, which would be really, really crazy if they do it. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that right now. It's not spike strips. Obviously, it's not a pit maneuver, but we're just going to have to see how this plays out right now as we barely get along on the freeway here.
Slowing down a little bit, it seems like, maybe.
The cone pattern. Even more so, just widening out and seeing the completely empty freeway. I'm sure that there are authorities up ahead holding some of the ramps to clear out the freeway completely. But
so Desmond,
all of those units back behind as well.
Okay, well, so Desmond just kind of, I don't want to say teased us, but he kind of did,
curious,
right? Yeah, like crazy meets crazy. Sometimes I guess you have to do that to bring things under control, and this certainly is a crazy sight that we're looking at right here. Look, basically stop. They're driving.
Right. Oh,
if you call that driving.
Well, we know of the pit maneuver, right, Pat? We know of the spike strips. Desmond's apparently heard of a third possible technique that officers are looking into. So perhaps we're going to be seeing this unfold here right now.
Thing?
But
the
just look how much more damage that back part of that truck. Look, it's falling apart.
Yep, it's wobbling now. We hadn't really seen that before.
And
we're talking about
the helicopter and blocked them.
110 West folks at Claremont and Indian Hill Boulevard.
West.
In Oakmont.
10 West, 10 West,
10
yes.
West. What I call it, the I-10 West. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like this trailer might collapse. There, I think, was the rest of the rubber that might have been on the back of the dualies, the dual tires on this truck. That I think was the rest of the rubber. So might even start to see some more sparks here. But this trailer might just completely collapse at this point. I mean, you wonder how much longer this trailer can continue on like this. But there is something they're talking about doing, and it's going up the chain of command right now. There's a lot of coordination. Okay, now they're thinking they might be backing off it. So
back off?
They're thinking they're not. I'll just tell you what it was. And we've heard that
whatever they're going to do.
This is something that seems like it's exclusive to San Bernardino County, but there are times where they will actually fire like a sniper rifle out of the moving chopper into the engine block of a vehicle they're in pursuit of to try to disable a vehicle. Sounds like something out of a crazy action movie. But
I didn't know they did that. They could do that.
It has been known to happen. It's extremely rare. Part of the reason it happens in San Bernardino County is you think it's the biggest county in the country. There's so much space to cover.
Bouncing now.
They don't want to be getting into a pursuit situation that could be going, for hours and hours on any of these big desert roads. And also out, in the desert.
Bro, they were seriously going to get a sniper for the shit?
So it would be safer for the authorities to do something. Let's say they're out on I-15 north of Barstow or on
I didn't know they could do that. Imagine that.
Or something like that. So I've never heard of it being done, in a highly populated area like this, even if there's no one on the side of the highway, and maybe that's why they backed off. But it sounds like they were going through.
I want to see that shit too. That sounds so cool. Can we find video feed of that?
That approved, and obviously that
has it happened before?
A lot
Did they have it on video?
Than just a standard pit
Can we watch it after? I want to see
something like that. There was a lot of coordination.
How did they do that, yo?
Wanted to, and then they just backed off that. So now, I guess we're just waiting to see what's going to happen, how much longer this truck can keep on going.
Okay, but we won't forget that. You said sniper fire.
So
that's
that
pretty
technique from the helicopter down into the engine block to stop the truck.
That's pretty incredible.
I've never heard of that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen it in the movies.
Yeah, I mean, and you think about
it in the movies.
We've seen it in the movies.
Have I seen that in the movies? I don't
know.
know.
You know what, Desmond?
I've never seen that in the movies.
I bet, Desmond and Juan, that you have heard people ask that question before. Why couldn't they just use a weapon as a part of the vehicle, not the person itself, but to stop the vehicle? I know you've both heard that before. I certainly have.
We get asked that all the time.
Yeah. So now we know from Desmond Shaw that it's a possibility. It's something that is used. I hadn't
until
either.
Tonight. Looks like the truck is.
Well, there are other techniques as well. That I was just watching a pursuit. I think it was in Arizona the other day, where they have some crazy thing where it's almost like a claw that can come out of the front of a bumper and like latch onto the back of a vehicle and like stop it. And I'm thinking, like, why don't we have that here with all the pursuits that we have in Southern California? That would be pretty cool. I know they were experimenting with some kind of I don't know if it was with radio waves or microwaves or something that they could point at a vehicle, especially a newer vehicle.
Microwave
all these new cars are controlled by computers, and they were experimenting with something that almost like a radar gun. You could point at it, and it would just turn the car off.
Wow. Was that sound wave shit?
That never came to fruition.
Like a sound wave disabling thing?
Something that Orange County was exploring.
What about if you hit a person with it, though? What happens to the person?
Testing phases, but so yeah, there are different techniques. I don't think we've ever gotten to talk about that particular technique before. I've never witnessed it myself. I've only heard about it several times.
I want to know if they can grapple this thing, or is it too big?
Off of maybe I-40
can they grapple this thing?
Highway 58, something like that.
Well, Desmond,
in San Bernardino County. So
I have an update.
Update. Here we go.
Apparently, San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputies sniper shot and killed a pursuit suspect in 2015.
Wow, you can do that shit now.
7 years ago, the driver was going on the wrong way.
They cancel you for that now.
And they viewed him as a threat to public safety. So this was actually carried out. I just don't remember that.
But I don't remember it either.
Sniper fire from law enforcement that actually killed a pursuit suspect.
Yeah, you can't do that shit now.
2015.
That's back in the day.
So it has been done before.
They get canceled for that.
And not,
Yeah, so not even the engine block, but the actual suspect themselves.
Yes.
That's well, we've talked about the different levels of aggression with different agencies as well. LA County Sheriff's deputies tend to back off a lot of pursuits. LAPD is kind of in between. We consider CHP aggressive, but that's got to be the most aggressive thing you could do, and that's San Bernardino County Sheriffs. So I think they're kind of at the
it really doesn't
top
look worried at all
of that ratings list about who's going to be most aggressive in their techniques to bring these to an end.
Alan, thank you for the super chat. Hit the like button for Mel. Thank you. Please, guys, if you can help with the like button, I'd appreciate it. Alan, thank you for the super chat again. It's just a girl. Thank you for the super chat. Love the stream. Is that on fire? Yeah, I guess
the other side and see the
little sign is being pulled.
Yeah, what's happening
of that wheel.
Mm-hmm. It almost looks like a robot. Wanda, he's pulling behind him at this point. It really does.
Crazy clip.
We know this is a trailer of some kind with a street sign attached. This is all equipment that Caltrans would use on the freeway. Going back to the beginning of this happening yesterday, where this guy actually carjacked this truck. And for what reason, we don't know. But this is the second day the police have caught up with this person, with this driver. And he's caused, while this looks relatively strange but calm right now, he certainly did cause a lot of havoc earlier. This evening.
I would think they could do spike strips. That's what I was thinking.
See there on the right side.
They said
of
they don't want to get.
Now that's some video from earlier.
They said this guy's supposedly armed, and so maybe that's why they're not getting in front of him. I would think they could. I don't know if that's how the tire got messed up, with spike strips, or if it was the vehicle he hit earlier. But I would think that they could go way ahead of this guy, maybe, since he just seems to be driving in that one lane for the extended period of time and put some spikes down. I don't know if that works like that. How I don't know.
Freeway later on, but now it's a wait and see to see when he's going to stop moving, because
he's lost a tire.
Can't go any faster than this right now.
Or two, or one of those dually tires in the back. And we saw that smoking for a long time, and so it's now just, metal on pavement? But he continues to go along the 10 East now. Don't know exactly where, and you could see he's got his hands on the wheel there, driving very, very comfortably. Doesn't seem to be too shaken by what's happening. We understand, I believe Desmond said that the police know who he is. Maybe they're in contact with this person via cell phone. That's
right. You just always wonder, what is the end game on this? I mean, sometimes, we'll see the suspects drive really, really fast and then try to get, even if they can just get 30 seconds on the police, get into a neighborhood where they can ditch the car and get out and run around and have a chance of escaping. There's no chance of escape right here. I highly doubt that the police will allow this person to carjack anyone else. He's got to know that. That's probably
that'd be dope
why
if you can get another car. It'd be kind of hard, but
involved in this, because remember that happened on the first stage of the pursuit, and Ontario, I'm sure, was not expecting that, and so they called for quite a bit of backup, and they're not going to allow that to happen either. So just dragging this out.
Maybe he hasn't run out of meth yet.
Trying to run out the clock, knowing what the inevitable outcome is of this, but here we're getting a pretty good look at the suspect, courtesy of the spotlight of one of the helicopters overhead. They have had two helicopters overhead on this one, and we understand now that they are calling for CHP to shut down the eastbound lanes of the freeway. I'm not sure where at, but they may be trying to do that back in
what if he's listening?
Covina, maybe over by Cal Poly.
What if he's listening?
Something like that. So
anticipation.
We'll see how that factors into their strategy.
Thank you, ASCH, for the super chat. I hope you're doing well. Keep up the good work, Mel. Sorry, been in the shadows watching, but still supporting you. Thank you. You've been here for quite a while, so I appreciate that. And then Alan Tempest, thank you so much. I'm Australia, says thanks for your feed. Thank you, Australia.
And
Bostas.
Something I guess worth trying, considering we haven't seen them do anything else in terms of a.
Let's get the likes up, guys.
Spike strip. Certainly wouldn't see them doing a pit maneuver, I guess.
Yeah. And Desmond, earlier you were saying the possibility they were going to pull away from the pursuit. Is that still the case, or are they going to keep watching it from the air, or are they still engaged at this point?
Oh no, they're definitely engaged. It seems like there's no chance that they're going to give this up, because it's such a a crazy dangerous one. And this is obviously a very dangerous person. You know, if this would have been even like the pursuit we covered earlier that was reckless driving or something like that, or even just a normal stolen vehicle pursuit, there may have been the chance. But once they get out and carjack someone else, and, you know, they're saying that this person is probably armed. So we don't know if it was a knife or a gun, if anything that was used in that carjacking. But, you know, if they saw something like that happen, then this is one that they absolutely
He could be watching the stream. It looked like he's kind of bobbing his head, too. I don't know if he's listening to music
and actually,
or what's going on.
Okay, the airship does think that it was a gun, so they do think that this person has a gun.
Wow.
So they're going to take it as far as this goes.
M203 could end this quickly.
We've seen pursuits over the years. We've seen.
Azov, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Pigeon, thank you, man. Appreciate the super chat as well.
This person is
M203 could
as
end this
dangerous
quickly.
as he is to actually carjack another individual, and that puts someone else's life in danger, and he could possibly do it again. So, and the fact too, Desmond Anwan, that he is driving so slowly. It's not as if the motorists are in danger or as much danger as they would have been earlier when he was driving so fast and recklessly. I'm sure that has to factor.
Man, that was nuts.
Now he's at 10 miles an hour, and we get a glimpse of him every once in a while there, Pat, and it looks like he has one hand on the wheel, the other hand perhaps on a phone. Maybe he's communicating with somebody at this point, maybe with family members. Sometimes they do reach out to them first to convince him to pull over and stop this, but look at him. He's kind of like,
Yeah, he's on
got
the phone.
one hand.
Looks like it.
It looks like he's wearing a baseball cap there, and that he's got a phone to one of his ears.
I wonder who he's talking to.
And let's face it, Desmond Anwan, I mean, it looks like it couldn't go any faster if he wanted to at this point.
I'm thinking if that hitch continues to drag along the street, he would lose control of the car. Very difficult to control that truck.
And he's not trying to.
Right.
Right? Isn't he been on this same trajectory for a while?
Thank you, Brooke, for the super chat.
Carpool lanes, right, Des?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's down a tire. There's the trunk or the bed is weighed down with a lot of stuff, and then also towing this trailer that's missing a tire and actually might lose the other one. And so all of those things combined, I don't think this truck is capable of going any faster right now. Just going to widen out here and show just for a second, because they're going to be shutting down lanes of the freeway here as we come back over. We are over Orange Grove Street right now, and they're shutting down the eastbound lanes at Fairplex. So it sounds like they do have something up their sleeve. We might see something happening here within the next few minutes. They may be getting more active in shutting this down and not, letting this end the way the suspect
prolonging it for
several
several more
days. They don't want it
days.
to end on his terms. They would love to just get this over with right now. So we'll see what they're going to do here within the next couple of minutes.
And they'll most likely do it.
Hey guys, he's either getting a little bit more agitated, or he's making.
The subject is more agitated.
I've seen him make either gestures,
unruly,
or like he was, pounding the steering wheel, as a person who could be agitated in a conversation.
Perhaps he could see the closure ahead. I mean, I'm guessing, Desmond, they're going to close it before the next off ramp or close to an off ramp.
I want to see what they're going to do. It would have been dope if they brought the sniper.
Yes, that is correct. I believe they're shutting the freeway down.
Bring the sniper in, man.
I
want to see this shit.
I heard, and then we're going to see what they're going to do. So it does look like the suspect's been on the phone, and you wonder if he's negotiating something with Ontario and Fontana. Probably Ontario with this one. If that's who he's talking to, maybe he's talking to a relative. Would hopefully trying to talk him down from this whole situation. This trailer just hanging on for dear life right now. It looks like that rear tire is flat and could fall off at any moment. That could complicate things as well, because then this sign could just drag all over the freeway in different directions and possibly cause the suspect to lose control.
Plugging in all the links for us
tonight. There's no innocent people around.
We got a brighter feed,
so
a really nice brighter feed.
Some eastbound traffic here, but we should start to see that thin out here as CHP shuts the freeway down.
Let me see if I can switch the
All right,
screen.
I don't want to jump the gun here. But
what do we got here?
Yeah, what is that?
No. A stringer!
A motorcyclist?
Hey!
Yeah.
A motorcyclist.
Not sure where they came from. If they were just over on the right-hand shoulder for a while, they just came into the picture.
Maybe that's the ride.
There's another
He's
one.
probably looking at this going, what is going on?
And there's a pickup truck on the other
Yep.
side. You know, before we hadn't seen any traffic.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Okay,
what
well,
is
look at
that?
this, guys.
I
We've
didn't
got
get-
an armored Bearcat.
I was going to say that. I was going to say that, Des.
Yeah.
I
Hey, what are they gonna do with
forgot.
that
I'm
shit?
thinking like,
Ram it.
I
Where's
don't
the
mean to get so
Bearcat?
excited here.
Now, I don't know which screen to show you
yeah.
guys.
There it is.
Could be one coming in the opposite direction. I mean, you know, they're armored. This person
Yeah,
can't-
well, I'll widen out and see if there. I don't see one coming from the other side. I mean, now we've got some innocent people not too far away, so that might complicate things. I'm wondering if they're probably going to try to make a move once those innocent people get out of the way.
Bearcat's
I'm not
coming.
sure
Is that
why
a Bearcat?
they're
What do they call that
still
thing?
So close, this person right here. If they're just, getting a way too close a view of what's going on, I'm sure it's a very crazy thing to see from the freeway, but they need to get out of the way so that the authorities can do whatever they have to do. Pat, I referenced this once before, and I wonder if they're going to try to physically, ram this vehicle with their armored vehicle. We saw it before, one of the first chases we ever covered
this is
together a
coming
long,
in.
long time ago.
All right, do you guys
with
want?
someone who was out waving a gun at LAPD, and
I don't
after a
wanna mess around too
while,
much.
they brought in a couple of Bearcats.
It's
and just
kind of a
ended up
better
running against
view.
the center divider, and that ended it really quickly. But
I don't know if you
see
guys
here
like
as we're
that.
going by,
It's a little bit clear.
all these people still in the shot, and all of them over on. I guess they're just trying to get out of the way, but they're unfortunately kind of getting in the way, even though they are technically doing what they should. I guess it's just a confusing situation for people. It's not every day you see this many police coming onto the freeway so slowly with a truck with sparks coming out of the back.
Yeah, they just need to pull over and stop instead of continue going. And that looks like that's what they did there, Desmond.
Yeah, they may just need to position some more officers to shut down the on-ramp so they can have more of an extended space without any innocent people getting involved in this one.
Oh, look at it! Look at it!
So
Yo, what does he got?
Getting ready to pass by.
He armed up?
Another person, and then there's a few.
Is that
more
a
people
gun?
up there.
What are they gonna? What are they gonna use? Are they gonna use non-lethals or?
See how this progresses in the next few minutes if they're going to bring in. A lot of times they do an armored vehicle, so we'll see if they have another one coming in at some point too.
And we can now report
All
that
right, whether-
eastbound traffic along the 10 freeway
Switching up a
has
little.
indeed been shut down.
Oh,
we'll try and
you
give
guys are gonna like this.
Change where it is shut down here.
You guys are about to
in just
like.
a second, but in the
You're gonna like
meantime,
this
the
shit.
eastbound side of the 10 freeway
Oh my
shut down,
God.
approaching
Oh my
Pomona.
God.
Westbound side.
Oh
is
my
virtually
God.
Shut down as it follows this pursuit, but there are again a dozen units that are holding traffic back and pursuing this
Watch.
stolen Caltrans vehicle. They are formulating a number of different options at this point, and you can clearly see that Bearcat getting into
They
position
must be a little bit behind.
to do something. It's interesting that they've chosen to shut down the eastbound 10 where they have. You wonder, here comes the Bearcat. Look at this, the Bearcat coming right alongside the passenger
Boom.
side. of
Shoot
the
into
work
that
truck.
thing. Look at
the
him.
driver jumping out of the driver's
Oh.
side, squeezing between the K-rail there.
Yo, he got a
and
gun.
now
What
law
does he got?
enforcement
Uzi?
with an empty eastbound freeway able to
Look, he's carrying something.
able to pursue him across the freeway.
Yo, he has a
There's
lot of
still
energy.
some cars entering the freeway, so they're going to be very careful here. But at some
Oh,
point,
that was
I would
smart. He
expect to
jumped
see
on the other
some
side though.
Officers,
But he can't hop that
follow.
wall
He's
though.
on the phone. You can see that night sun.
Oh,
Look
yo,
at
yo,
this.
he's
Cars
crazy.
dodging out of the way, and
He's trying to get another car. Yo, if he gets
trying to
another
look for another
car, holy crap.
He's trying to look for another car, but there's not many cars going in his direction.
Can't
and
hop
there's
that
not
wall?
gonna be any with the
The
freeway
cops could
shut
just-
down. Canine on the suspect. He is being taken down.
Can we show that?
by, well, that's either going to be CHP's finest or
Tómalo.
but in any event, a canine
Jodiendo,
dog
¿cómo?
now on the suspect, bringing this dramatic pursuit to an end. Look at this. Look at this. He is
Yo.
no match for that animal. Look at this. Officers now approaching.
Damn, they're
the
just letting him
suspect,
tear him
who's
off
still
too. They
putting
can't
up
call
a
him
struggle.
off? They can't call off the
Still putting
dog?
up a struggle.
Yo, they got the laser
Officers
beams
with
on
their
him?
Guns trained
Oh,
on that
shit.
suspect.
What's the
Again,
difference
this
between the green
person
one and the red
believed
one?
To be armed,
Hold on, guys.
now
We don't
being
need to do this.
wrestled down by that canine.
Yo, he's getting torn
And
up.
this
What the fuck?
is about as dramatic as it gets. Look at this.
Oh,
finally
oh.
giving up.
They're telling him to
Hands
put your
out,
hands up, but the
thrown
dog's
out.
ripping the hands up.
That dog is
You can't put your
having a lot
hands
of
up
fun
if the
down
dog's
there,
ripping
but
you up.
This is serious business.
What do you do?
And
How do
they
you stay
are
still
going
when you're
to
getting
take
chewed
this
up?
person into custody in the next
Oh my God!
As soon as they
Yo!
call the dog off, he will be in handcuffs. And there you have it, folks. Look at this. Look at
Yo! Amazing!
a wild Grand Theft Auto suspect stealing a Caltrans truck of all things, leading police on a
What an
wild
end.
chase down the 10 freeway here through the San Gabriel Valley out of San Bernardino.
What an end, yo.
And now being taken down on foot by a canine officer here in Pomona along the eastbound side of the 10 freeway. That's one way to do it. You saw that Bearcat, that armored Bearcat vehicle pull into position, squeeze the truck into the K-rail, into the median, and that is how this pursuit ended.
Yo.
And the driver jumping out, running across the freeway.
That was
almost
savage,
appeared
man. That was.
as if he was about to carjack another vehicle.
He literally
As he
threw
ran
himself.
down the shoulder on his phone. I think he was a bit shocked, obviously, by being by the dog tackling him there. I almost didn't even see the dog coming into the frame there. But man, what a dramatic end to this pursuit.
Damn, yo. And I guess they had to let the dog bite him because in case he used, it looked like he had a gun on him. That was savage, and they just took their time. I mean, it's better to be alive than dead, though, I guess. And he literally was about to throw himself in front of that car, hoping they would stop. Oh my God.
That suspect appears a bit bloody after being taken down by that canine officer. They're going to call for an ambulance at some point here.
Jesus. That was incredible. The dog did a good job, huh? It's a good thing they had it on hand, too. I wonder who he was talking to on the phone. Imagine you get that call. Bro, that shit was wild. What a chase, man. Hit the like button, please. Oh, yeah, that's a good... I wonder if I could use this.
That suspect still appears to be on the ground. Very difficult to see what's
That's
playing
actually
out
dope.
down there. A little dark for us to see clearly, but you can see a number of officers from a number of agencies at the end of this foot pursuit here on the 10 freeway. Again, traffic shut down in both directions, eastbound and westbound, along
Wow.
the 10 freeway.
What a
and
chase.
Casa Vista
That was
Drive.
exhilarating. How am I supposed to go to bed now?
Areas looks like he's now
Damn,
being
yo.
lifted up by that officer. Unclear whether he's able to stand up.
Now he's going
Looks
to go
like
sue the
dog
city,
took a chunk
the police department.
out of that suspect, and
Yeah, I
he
thought it
will
was vicious.
definitely be heading to the hospital here at some point. We'll go ahead and widen out when we get a chance here, and we'll give you a better picture of what the scene looks
Wow.
like. You can see where the pursuit
Thank you, Ms.
came
Pumbaa,
to
for the
an
super
end.
chat.
That person
Appreciate it.
jumping over that K-rail after that Bearcat basically pitted the construction vehicle into the K-rail, and then
We should watch
he
that
went
again,
running
yeah.
for
If
several
we can
hundred
watch
yards
it. It must be
before
somewhere on
finally
YouTube. We can
being
reverse,
taken down
rewind it.
there
Do it.
on the eastbound
see.
side of the freeway.
Bruh.
I mean, dramatic to say the least, but I can't say I've ever seen anything quite like this.
Yeah, I think I found him. I found that we can replay it. Yeah. The quality on this one's not that good. Let me see. I got the Fox one. Oh, they don't show it. Bro, we had the perfect angle when that shit happened. Because some of the other angles, I'm looking at a different stream. They couldn't see it because the helicopter was behind the wall. It was like this. It was like behind the wall and shit. So you couldn't really see it from
like
this one.
CHP is making an effort to reopen at least part of the freeway.
So
on
we
the
got
eastbound
it
side, but if
great
they
when it
do,
happened.
it'll be only a lane or two at best until they get that suspect off the freeway. There's not much else to do there in terms of investigation on the freeway except find the gun. This person was armed with a gun at one point, and they're going to want to make sure he didn't throw the gun during the foot chase there. But barring any evidence search here on the freeway, they're going to try.
Thanks,
and
Seymour.
open up
That's
that
Jazz is the
very
chase
quickly, or at
plug,
least as
so
soon as
she
they
hit me up.
because
Appreciate that.
they could easily take him off the
probably
freeway
would've
or
been
back
sleeping
onto
right
the
now.
westbound side, wait for that
No, I can't sleep.
ambulance, and alleviate this traffic jam
ABC
that has
7.
built up pretty quickly here near Fairplex. So this is the eastbound side at Fairplex that is shut down. Traffic starting to back up in both directions, eastbound and westbound. And they are going to make an effort here to open at least some of this traffic up as soon as possible. But a major situation playing out here. And, I mean, it's going to be an interesting police report when this is all done.
Alrighty, let's see what happens. I'm gonna see if I can replay the doggy part. Doggy. One more chase. Hey, I don't know. Will we be back again tonight? Can you imagine like another chase? Police brutality, right? Shit. They might have a case, man. Maybe be rich after this. Oh my god, yeah. I'm trying to see how we can get that.
Looks like the suspect now being treated on the freeway right there. You can see a couple of fire trucks
They're taking
pulling
him straight
in here.
to jail. We're just gonna bandage you up and take you to
Medics
jail.
jumping out and attending to these injuries. We'll see what they do with this person. I would assume. I would have assumed he would have been taken off the freeway, but if he can't stand or walk, then they're going to leave him right there until they have a stretcher ready. And I'm sure there's an ambulance.
Bro, there's
trying to
another
get out here
station
as well. So,
didn't have the view.
a lot more.
We had the view on this.
Waiting for these
there it
folks
is.
that
You
are
can kinda
stuck
see
in
it
this
here.
traffic. It's going to be a little bit longer before they can reopen this freeway.
Bro, that shit was brutal, man. Damn. That's got to be tough too when they're telling you to stay still, do not move, whatever, and the dog's just biting at you. Wow. Don't change the feed mill. Yeah, let's just leave it there. Let's leave it there. This is kind of the best feed right now, I think. No. Remember when there was only 20 of us watching Police Chase, Mel? You're so famous now. Congrats. Thanks. Appreciate that. Yeah, we used to have like less than 100. But it really depends on what you're covering.
That looks like they may have found a weapon. Was it thrown over which wall? Let me see. Just widen out a little bit. I just want to see.
They found that quick.
So, I don't.
Why is it not?
That's something throw though. That's.
What's that? The clip? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Uh-huh. The gun. That might be the clip that goes with it.
Well, as you can see, there certainly appears that they are prepared to recover that weapon that has been found opposite the wall where the canine took the suspect down. He must have thrown the gun over the wall.
Yeah.
And you can see that what appears to be a magazine next to the
Oh,
gun.
thank you.
Next to a commercial structure. It looks like or is it a house? It's a house, yeah, look at that.
Oh, good.
So there's a residential neighborhood on the other side of that wall, and looks like the suspect's gun is in the driveway somehow. Hard to see how that gun was thrown that distance, especially in the final moments there, but sure enough, it looks like they've been able to find it, so that's good news. That'll help them open up the freeway a little bit quicker, now that they don't have to search for more evidence. As soon as they can get an ambulance out here, they will escort him to the hospital and then
open he up threw it. I guess he chucked the gun,
side,
and it hit the garage door.
Well, because they're going to have to clear
He
that
chucked
construction vehicle. There's going to be an investigation
But
at some
he didn't
point.
throw it in the
They will only be able
grass
to open up
bushes.
a couple of right lanes on the westbound side here. So a major traffic impact for folks traveling through Pomona here. The eastbound and westbound side coming to a halt after a dramatic police pursuit involving a Caltrans work truck. Let's go ahead and play back the final moments
Okay, here we go.
this pursuit. You can see
Oregon
there was a
Horses.
Bearcat that
Thank you
was
for the super
called
chat.
in here, an armored vehicle, basically pitting the vehicle against the median, the suspect jumping out the driver's side over the K-rail. You can see him dragging that sign against the pavement there, and then after a brief pursuit, a foot pursuit, where there were still several cars on the eastbound side of the freeway, he was able to bring that vehicle to a stop.
That was
with the driver
nuts, man.
jumping out, running
Look at this
across
shit.
all lanes of the
Yeah, it's the
freeway,
gun with the clip
all
and
the way
everything.
to the shoulder, at one point pulling out his cell phone and appeared to be making a call, and it almost looked like he was maybe seeking an opportunity to carjack another vehicle, but in any event, he was taken down just seconds later by that K-9 unit. There's the San Bernardino, or actually,
Shit. Florida would have got hit.
San
They
Bernardino
didn't stop him
PD
short or
back
nothing like that.
there.
They would have just.
Ontario, the helicopter.
The shit would have been over right
That's
there.
Ontario PD with the helicopter overhead that was following this pursuit. So Ontario PD with their helicopter over the final moments
That's where he
of
throws
this
it again.
pursuit. CHP, Ontario PD, San Bernardino County Sheriff, all coming to an end here in Pomona,
Jesus.
where one of those
replay.
agencies, or perhaps Pomona PD, donated their armored
Damn,
vehicle
dude, that's
to bring
gotta
this
be
pursuit
painful.
to an end.
It looks like he's almost screaming out in pain or something.
Well, that will
So
do
like,
it
all right,
for
cut the
our
feed, cut the
coverage
feed.
from up here in Air 7
Damn.
HD. Of course, keep it right here and tune into Eyewitness News at 11 o'clock for the very latest on this breaking story. Again, a dramatic pursuit here in Pomona. Reporting live from Air 7 HD, I'm Chris Christie, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
$100 million in tonight's Mega Millions drawing. We'll talk with some hopeful players ahead.
And
All right, hold on a second. Let me show these little quick recaps. Well, there was this. I think we kind of saw it already, I guess, but let me see. Then we get out of here.
The driver jumping out of the driver's side, squeezing between the K-rail there, and now law enforcement with an empty eastbound freeway able to pursue him across the freeway, but there's still some cars entering the freeway. So they're going to be very careful here, but at some point I would expect to see some officers follow him. He's on the phone. You can see that night sun. Look at this. Cars dodging out of the way, and he's trying to look for another car. He's trying to look for another car, but there's not many cars going in his direction, and there's not going to be any with the freeway shut down now. He's on the phone, running down the shoulder on the eastbound side of the 10 freeway. So the construction vehicle has now come to a stop in the median on the westbound side. He ran across, jumped the K-rail, and is now, look at that, the K9 on the suspect. K9 on the suspect.
Jeez.
He is being taken down by, well, that's either going to be CHP's finest or Pomona PD, but in any event, a K9 dog now on the suspect, bringing this dramatic pursuit to an end. Look at this. Look at this. He is no match for that animal. Look at this. Officers now approaching the suspect, who's still putting up a struggle. Still putting up a struggle. Officers with their guns trained on that suspect. Again, this person believed to be armed.
Just disappeared.
Now being wrestled down by that canine. And this is about as dramatic as it gets. Look at this. He is finally giving up. Hands out, proned out. That dog is having a lot of fun down there, but this is serious business. And they are going to take this person into custody in the next several seconds. As soon as they call the dog off, he will be in handcuffs.
Woo. Another part of the chase. Pretty wild, man. Wild shit. I guess we'll call it a night then. I guess that's it. Thank you guys so much, man, for coming through tonight. Crazy as hell. I wasn't expecting that. Freaking nuts. Yo, like, what is going on in the world, man, when you got shit like this? Insane, man. Crazy. All right. Well, thank you guys. Please hit like on the way out. I appreciate it. And who knows? Will we be back for another one? How crazy would that be? I on the first chase, I said I felt it. The last couple times this has actually happened, that I felt like a chase was coming. I don't feel another one tonight, but that would be crazy if there was. I feel like this was it. The first one today, I called another one. We got another one. I think that's it. I don't know about no other chase for the rest of the night, but that was pretty fun, pretty wild. Josie, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Corgan Horses, thank you for the super chat. Said, hey Mel, fun times. Thanks. Jeff White, outstanding job. Thank you. Aham, thank you for the super chat. Where the wind blows. I like that saying. Thank you for the super chat. Miss Boomba, thank you. And Anan. We'll let the dogs out. All right. Have a good night, guys. Peace. Adios.